Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for a new anime for the spring season, Kaiju number 8. The This is adapted from one of my favorite ongoing mangas. As you can see here, I have the first volume. So this is by Naoi Matsumoto with story and art. This is coming out on Shonen Jump currently, and I'm very excited to finally talk about this. I did a full watch along reaction that you can sync with your own with you can sync the recording with the episode if you want to watch it along with me. But let me give you a quick synopsis, then we'll get into the review. uh, in this show, grotesque Godzilla-like monsters called kaiju have been appearing around Japan for many years, and to combat these beasts, an elite military unit known as the Defense Corps risk their lives daily to protect civilians. Once a creature is killed, the sweepers, working under the Professional Kaiju Cleaner Corporation, are left to dispose of the remains. We meet Kafka Hibino, a 32-year-old man who is unsatisfied with his job as a sweeper. From a young age, he has aspired to be in the Defense Corps and kill kaiju for a living. After a few failed attempts, however, he gave up on his dream and resigned himself to a life of mediocrity and a decent paycheck. Nevertheless, when an ambitious 18-year-old recruit named Leno Ichikawa joins the cleaning team, Kafka is once again reminded of his desire to join the military unit. Following a chain of unfortunate events and an interaction with the junior sweeper, Kafka encounters a parasite type kaiju that forces his way into his mouth, turning him into a humanoid monster. And now, with his newfound powers, Kafka aims to give his lifelong dream one final try. So yeah, a lot really, like, this first episode really brought us into the world hardcore and very immediately. One thing I will say, Crunchyroll released the first episode with the dub like same day, which is unheard of from what I like. I don't know any other anime that's doing that on Crunchyroll. I don't watch a lot of them, but I definitely don't like. Even My Hero is like a few weeks behind, and those are some of the more popular ones, right? So this was really interesting. Very thankful because as much as I enjoy watching with the original subtitles and in the original language, um, the dub allows me to just focus on the art and the beauty of what's going on the screen. So, but I really enjoyed the first episode. I like Kafka as a character. The synopsis didn't really. Um, the synopsis that we got didn't really touch on Ashiro, who is the childhood friend of Kafka. They both kind of pledged to join the defense corps and then kill kaiju together after an incident that happened when they were kids. The first episode takes us back a lot to those flashbacks, so we get to see Kafka's motivation, right? But we don't really know a lot about Ashiro other than she's a badass. Like, multiple times throughout the first episode, she displays how badass she is. I mean, the character designs are great in the manga, but I think they did such a good job adapting them for the animation. It looks great, and I really like the character of Ichikawa. Like, he is that fire that Kafka needed to get under his butt. There's a really cool moment if you go back to the reaction video or one of our shorts where something happens that one of these smaller kaiju, like these, not a parasite kaiju, but like something, I forget what they call them, but they're kind of like smaller kaiju that ride along with the larger kaiju that are kind of left behind to clean up. Uh, they come out of nowhere. They attack Ichikawa. Kafka steps up, and this is where that fire is kind of relit within him. So that was really really cool. And of course, the twist towards the end. Now, obviously, having read the manga, I already knew the twist, but like, I can imagine for somebody that is the first time reading or watching this, that Kafka being turned into this humanoid kaiju thing, that probably came out of nowhere. So that's really interesting. I think it causes a lot of. I've read plenty of the manga, so like, I think it really brings a lot of really cool story towards this. Um, One thing that I did enjoy, and they changed a few of the events, like the timeline of the events from the first few chapters that they have adapted in this episode. But Ashiro, not only does she have the coolest tiger, but at the end of the credits, after the credits, we do see that she also remembers Kafka and their promise, and she's upset at him for not having follow through on his promise. So I think there's also going to be some personal interactions and personal conflict that's brought to the table later on. So yeah, I think this first episode was amazing. Like I said, go check out the watch along. I'll probably do a highlights video, some of my craziest reactions as well, because it was really really cool. Like I have been waiting for this. Like I said, big fan of the manga. So like I'm just so happy that it's finally here. This is one of the only manga. One of the I collect like maybe a handful like physically, because everything else I just read on the Shonen Jump app or like on whatever app they happen to be on. But this one I felt like it was so cool that I had to own it. Like I've been on it since it kicked off years ago. So really cool to see the adaptation finally on the screen. So if you have seen Kaiju number 8, episode 1, let me know what you thought about it. I hope the dub continues to come out day in or day off. We'll see if there's not any delays after that. But as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.